Let's talk about current events. The Syrian civil war. Reporting from Damascus, that is in Syria, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, the Syrian 50 years president, 50 years in power, President Bashar al-Assad has been chased from his, seat, and he's on the run. Nobody knows his uh, whereabouts as at this moment. The Syrian rebels, the two major rebel groups in Syria that are fighting or that form this particular front to bring justice and good governance to the Syrian people. And these groups are called Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or you call it HTS. The other one is Nu al-Din al-Zingi movement. You need to know that in 2011, we had this Arab Spring. You know about the Arab Spring, right? 2011 saw the Arab Spring ignited in Syria, where the economic hardship, the citizens were discontented with the way Bashar al-Assad was managing the affairs of the country. Serious economic hardship and inequality in the society in Syria actually prompted this particular civil war, and it spread it into several factions where we had the Syrian opposition, armed groups, and we also had some other non-state actors that were, the Assad also created some militias as well. Now, this Syrian civil war also went a long way to actually bring international partners to the scene. We started seeing how those who have always been fighting, those countries that have always been having a war among themselves, getting involved, whereby in 2015, Vladimir Putin sent his very first military aid into Syria to assist his friend Bashar al-Assad. And because the people were not satisfied with the way Assad was managing the country, so they asked him to leave power. He said he will not leave power and he's going to fight them until, So it has been a long year fighting. This is, of course, we are talking about 2024, we're talking about 2011. This is 13 years of war, 13 years of fighting. And so kind, so good. December 2024 has seen the results of the fighting come to the limelight. Now, what do you think that prompted this, the success of the rebels? Yes, it's true, their unity and their resolve prompted it, because it's not easy to fight somebody for 13 years non-stop. Maybe you understand. 13 years continuous resistance, and all of a sudden Assad gave in and the rebels captured Aleppo, they captured Damascus, and we got information that the rebels are now in charge of Syria, and the army staff declared that the rule of Bashar al-Assad has come to an end. Assad has committed serious crimes against humanity. He was being supported by some countries. Now, let's talk about these countries. How did these countries get into this issue? Now, Ambazonians, I'm saying this thing because it directly or indirectly concerns Ambazonia. When you look at any of my updates, try to get the sense behind it. Anyway, I'll clarify that towards the end of this presentation. Bashar al-Assad got support from three main countries. One, he got support from Russia, he got support from Iran, he got support from Lebanon, Hezbollah. Hezbollah is still being sponsored by Iran. Now, these three countries supported Bashar al-Assad to continue his dictatorship. He's an authoritarian president. Okay. The rebels who were dissatisfied with the governance of Bashar al-Assad was mostly made up of a coalition of opposition parties because their voices could not be heard. A simple protest, you get killed, and a lot of things will happen. Now, these rebels have been closely for these 13 years been supported by Turkey, by United States of America, by the UK, by France, by Germany. You see the people that have been supporting these rebels, they have been able to get support over these years. And you see the side where Russia got in. My fellow Ambazonians, how did Assad fail? How did he fall? How possible? How come? Now, the effects or the impact of the Ukraine-Russia war greatly contributed to the defeat of Assad. This one is something what I'm saying I understand. Some person is vexed this, I don't talk again, I don't go talk for pidgin. Now, this is something I want you to get it clearly. Russia has really spent so much in her recent fight with Ukraine, and the war is not ending anytime soon. Russia has incurred numerous and heavy loss. Russia is finding it difficult to continue providing support for Assad. Putin sees Ukraine as his immediate need, right? Not Syria. You has no video of fire, or if you get a personal interest, you get your team where you need them. Someone comes, so your neighbor come back and you go give. You feel only give that neighbor when you know they're in need of it. We saw some few months back how Russia pulled out her troops and limited or reduced her material support to Syria. Now, Russia, for this, the support should have been supporting Assad, but it was not possible because of the heavy loss in Ukraine. It should be noted that Ukraine is also firing an entry into Russia. A lot is going on there, but we are focused on how did Assad leave power. He was defeated by the rebels. How did that happen? And how come Assad support was not forthcoming? Okay, you will remember that I said 3 countries were supporting Assad: Russia, Iran, Lebanon, Hezbollah. Hezbollah is sponsored by Iran. Now, Iran also has a lot of economic crisis. It's a very corrupt country. They know democracy. They have economic crisis. And right now, Israel is having it hot on Lebanon. And Hezbollah, which is based in Lebanon, has been attacked several times by the Israel Defense Forces. So Iran is facing a war in how many fronts? Hezbollah, and now in Syria. It's not possible for them to continue. They cannot sustain it. They had to withdraw their own support from Syria. And what happened? The rebels took over Aleppo, they took over Damascus. So when I see say the war for Ukraine, now one of the things they don't contribute for Assad is defeat. The one for Israel, the fighter, it don't make until Iran no be able to support them because they want to go fight Israel. Now Syria don't become calm and peaceful again, even though it will take some time. But Syria is no more a dictatorship. I'm very sure that the president who will come up in Syria will not be a dictator. It will be kind of like a democratic country. They will ensure say this will mean they carry out their election then. You understand? Because even the rebel groups then, They be done the struggle. I can't report now yesterday how the rebel group and done the struggle for ensure security. Me good governance in day. Me they begin do even church them be did it. They will allow Christians for worship for the northeast area. You get the point. Now, Ambazonians, one thing where I bring her out. There is one thing I'm bringing out from this particular incident. What is that thing? The support Assad was getting that stopped coming because of some external factors, which I made it mention to you, the Ukraine-Russia war, Israel, Lebanon, and all the like. So these people could no more support Assad. There are just two things we can get from this lesson. One, the resolve of the rebels. Their resolve, their unity. They could resist. They could resist for this amount of time. Then it means something good was actually coming out from it. The second thing I want you to know from this particular issue is the support. The support they were getting and the support that was coming to Assad, that stopped. Okay, now, let's take the support that was coming to Assad, which stopped. For example, for Biya, La République du Cameroon, they are going around borrowing money. They borrow this, they borrow that, they borrow here, they borrow left, they borrow right. There will come a time where they will no more be able to borrow because all lenders will be asking back for their money. The country will go bankrupt. Don't be surprised that La République will go bankrupt. And mind you, Yaoundé, La République du Cameroon prefers to protect Yaoundé and Douala than to protect Ambazonia. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about. That means the amount of crisis where La République is inside right now, because if you look and find, you see and say, because of the war for Ambazonia, they are increasing taxes at a geometric rate. Those taxes that are increasing, salaries of civil servants are not increasing. And those taxes, fuel prices and everything, it is also increasing the cost of living. Cost of living is high. And very soon, people they go vex. When the people they go vex, when they go take to the street, now for the way go near because gendarme them and dissing them, they go show them pepper. Now for the way some problem go there. And the number of Ekelebe they were for inside Ambazonia, they go reduce them. They go reduce when they go for back for their own Angola for go protect their capital. When they reduce the one they wait for go protect their own Angola, what the Ambazonia they go do? We take up. Now we say this so Ambazonia don't march go up station. We don't hoist flag for governor office. We don't cash the free hand. A lot of things like that. But when you get Ambazonians get at the back of their mind, Ambazonians must be prepared. Ambazonians must be prepared. We must prepare. We must prepare. No man will pass exam by mistake. The rebel for Syria, where they succeed now because they prepare. Now, we'll talk about support. How the rebel they get their support. We say Turkey support them, UK support them, Germany support them, France support them, US support them. Ambazonians, how many countries don't support we? It's a big challenge. The question, your answer they as good as mine, right? We don't feel the fight war for 8 years. No one country, the support we. I mean publicly for support we with material. Give the boy the better material. Una change that rebel they will see that they be fight now AK. They be fight now all AK. They be fight put on really. Una don't say anything. Look country like East Timor. Look country like South Sudan. Look country like Somaliland. Why can Ambazonians not lobby these countries? Why not we go towards them? We explain our problem for them. Be them do see reason we hell we move fight to get our own independence. Ambazonians wake up. Ambazonians wake up. A lot needs to be done. My name is Fabiano De I'll see you again for my next update. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share the video as far as you can. Don't forget to educate, for inform, and for sensitize for people. And thank you very much.